Hello there! Thank you so much for checking out my YouTube channel and for clicking this video. Welcome back to Students Learning Avenue, where we learn English grammar.
I got this feeling inside my bones. It goes electric wavy when I turn it.
There are still many students who are confused when it comes to sentence structuring. So in this video, we're going to talk about subject-verb agreement. But first, let us discuss the first 5 basic subject-verb agreement. So, what is subject-verb agreement? It is nothing but making the verb agree with the subject. You need to use the right version of the verb to make the agreement look good. For example, there are different versions of the verb be, like am, is, are, which are used differently if you use she, he, they, you, and we. If you are a bookworm, you probably get these very easily, but it never hurts to know your grammar rules. So, let's have rule number 1. Verb number agreement. Singular subjects take singular verbs, and plural subjects take plural verbs. For examples, the list of to-dos was too long for me to handle. The lists of to-dos were too long for me to handle. Now, as you observed that the first example, which is the subject is the list, it is singular. So we use the linking verb was. However, in the second example, which the list has s or with s, it is plural. That's why we use the linking verb were. Other given examples. Even an animal has its own territory. Even animals have their own territory. As you can see in the first example, there is only one animal, so we use has, and its pronoun its. In the second example, as you can see, animals, there are many animals, more than one, so we use have, and its pronoun their. That's why, in the first rule, singular subjects must take singular verbs, and plural subjects must take plural verbs. Exemption to this rule. A plural verb is always required after you, even when it is used in singular, referring to one person. For example, you were going to send over the document. Even if the subject in the given example is you, it means singular. However, as an exemption to this rule, you are going to pair it with plural verb. Let's proceed to rule number 2. The rule for when verb has s at the end. The s added after a noun indicates plural, but an s added after a verb indicates singular. It simply means that when the subject in the sentence has s, then it means plural. But if the verb has s, it means the noun in the sentence is singular. For examples, the student goes to the library every single day. The students go to the library every single day. In the first example, there is only one student. That's why our verb goes is with s. While the second example, there are more than one students, plural. That's why the verb go has no s. Moving on to the third rule. The verb has to agree only with the true main subject, not with the intervening plural object of a preposition or any other intervening plural. For examples, the box of Nestle's chocolates is missing. Here, the main subject is box, not chocolates. Hence, we use is instead of are. Here is another example. The prices of the new iPhone vary from country to country. The subject here, or the main subject, is prices. That's why we use vary, no s, because the main subject, prices, is plural, and we do not depend on the intervening preposition of the new iPhone, but instead the main subject is prices, plural. That's why vary, no s. Let's proceed to rule number 4. Subjects joined by and are usually plural and take plural verbs. Here are some examples. His laptop and my iPad were stolen from the desk. Chennai and Kolkata have a very hot weather. Exemptions to this rule. If the subject has two singular nouns connected by and both are about the same person or thing, then the verb remains singular. Examples: my best friend and roommate is going to US for a vacation. Soup and bread is our Sunday breakfast. In the first example, my best friend and roommate is going to US for a vacation. Best friend there and roommate refers to the same person. That's why it takes singular verb. In the second example, soup and bread taken as singular. That's why we also take singular verb. When two subjects connected by and are preceded by each, every, or many, a singular verb is used. For example, every chair, table, and sofa, every single piece of furniture in the house is up for auction. Every man and woman in the store is requested to go through the security check. Down to the fifth rule. Rule 4. With, together with, along with, besides, as well as, including, in addition to, and etc. do not affect the number of the verb. If the main subject is singular, the verb has to be singular. If the subject is plural, the verb has to be plural. Here are some examples. The television, along with the cabinet, is to be sold. Our chief competitor, as well as ourselves, is obliged to increase the prices. So in the given examples, it is very clear that the number of the verb is not affected with the phrases like along with, as well as, because we depend it to the main subject in the sentence. That's all, and I hope that you learned something from this video. For more English tutorial lessons, please do not forget to give a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button. This is Teacher Tony again, saying, let us all learn English with fun. Keep safe and God bless.